Dude, that thing is so creepy. Welcome everybody, I'm IGP, and today we are back with more Subnautica. Now this episode is going to focus on disabling the weapons system, or the precursor gun, or the precursor anti-air weapon system, whatever you want to call it. The thing that shoots down the Aurora probably is going to shoot down the sunbeam, and would shoot down anything that tries to enter or leave the atmosphere. So the console for disabling the weapon is available in experimental mode for those who are playing. It has its animation. Now again, it's not fully complete, but it's there. We have kind of an idea of what it's going to be like to progress in the story of the game. So if you guys are still enjoying the series, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys would like to see next. So as you can plainly see, I'm in a little base. I'm actually right outside the gun. I set up this little base in a survival slash creative type way. I cheated a little bit, but don't worry, it's only to show you guys this stuff. I set up a communications relay because I wasn't sure if they had implemented the part where the sunbeam will actually get shot down. I have waited here for a long time. I even upped the day and night speed and the actual speed to about 1,000 times. The sun was setting every half second, and nothing else happened. The most we got out of the sequence of events with the sunbeam is an awesome CPU reading of their message to us. Let's take a listen.
This is Trading Vessel Sunbeam. Aurora, we've received your emergency transmission and we're coming in for a closer look. Plan is to engage a slow burn and slingshot around the moon to conserve fuel. We'll alert you when we drop into low orbit around the planet. Stay safe. Sunbeam out.
So obviously that's a placeholder for the voice acting that might happen in the future, but I also noticed this is actually the reading or the message you would get back in the day, but it seems to have changed unless I'm seeing something different. I think this is exactly what I saw, the first one that came up in the communications relay back in the escape pod. It says, "This is Avery Quinn of trading ship Sunbeam. Aurora, do you read? Over. Still nothing. These Altera ships, they run out of engine grease, they send an SOS, you offer to help, they don't pick up. Aurora, I'm out on the far side of the system. It's going to take more than a week to reach your position. Do you still need our assistance? Over. I'll try them again tomorrow, see what the long-range scans pick up. In the meantime, Damn Chart is going to have us wasting our profit margin running errands for Altera." So this is the relay that we're getting from them. I'm not sure how we have all the other parts after they say over. So that's all I got so far. I don't know how much longer I have to wait. So while we look at everything else, I'm going to go ahead and up the day and night speed so that way more events happen, because I don't know for a fact if that works, but I've noticed the Aurora exploding much faster when I up the day and night speed. I'm assuming it actually counts for day cycles. I don't know. Okay, so we have it set to 100. Clearly it's gonna look very weird, but don't mind. Don't mind Billy over here. I think I'm getting attacked. Shit! Don't mind Billy the Ploon. He's just going haywire. So we're gonna go in here because I don't think the interior is gonna be affected all that much. In fact, I think some parts of the interior is always set to night. So we're on our way to look at the console for disabling the weapon system, or the precursor gun. And remember, there are two data downloads in here. One is pointing to a different research facility that I actually found out was in the Lost River and not the lava biome. I was thinking because it was talking about the powering the system using thermal energy from the planets, I thought that they were referring to one of the bases in the lava zone. But actually this one right here points to, actually I think I might have to equip it. I got signals for other stuff. Yeah, this one's gonna point to the secondary research facility, which actually goes to the one in the Lost River, surprisingly. How come there's no oxygen in here? Oh, I caught that in the nick of time. I don't know why I'm not breathing in here. That's kind of strange. I think it's still counting me as underwater again, so I'm probably gonna die. But just be careful, guys. You know, I don't know. I started in survival because I thought maybe the story would play out better considering the Aurora explodes in survival or the other ones, and not in creative. Again, I wanted to see if there was going to be any additions to the story or the sunbeam sequence of events. It's nice because if you're not near a communications relay, you still get something on your HUD that flashes letting you know you have a message to head back and check it. So once we see that, we'll know we have something else. And it also tells you, apparently. I don't know where the icon is. There it is. Okay, so I should probably go back and listen to that. Shit. All right, so we're going to check the message here back in my base. Whoa.
Captain.
Let's listen. Okay, so it is something else from Sunbeam. Aurora, this is Sunbeam again. We just picked up a massive debris field at your location. I don't know how bad. How many of you? I don't know. We are now en route to your location. We're going to bring you home. Sunbeam out. What else can I say? We're a 6-seater, and we aren't even slightly equipped to handle this. Our pilot last attempted a planet landing in the Academy Simulator. It's a bad situation, but so are all the alternatives. Okay, so we actually have more on the Sunbeam right now. They could be landing. I have no idea. Well, trying to land. I don't know if the sequence, because I've seen the animation for the gun actually firing, like rotating and then firing and exploding. It's supposed to have sound effects. I don't know if it's even going to happen. There might be some things I have to do to make that happen. There might be some triggers. Who knows? See, because what I believe is, when I go down here and I get these data downloads, it's telling me that I need to, like, in order to disable the weapon system, there's an alternate research facility, right? And I believe at the console, when we go here, shit, I just killed myself. When we go here, it's gonna check and see if we're infected with the virus. So, I don't know if we have to go to the Lost River biome first in order to trigger anything or to find out that we are infected. You know what I mean? Like, we could go here first, thinking that the Sunbeam is going to save us, and go to disable it, but then it tells us that we're infected and it doesn't work. So then we have to go to the research facility and find out about it, and then try to find a way to get rid of it to disable the system. Because I do know in the endgame, spoiler alert, by the way, in the endgame we are going to have to leave the planet ourselves by building a rocket, and the gun has to be disabled. So this might be a sequence of events that we have to do regardless, not just to try and save the Sunbeam to rescue us. I imagine there could be possibilities for both endings to be there. That would be pretty neat. Sorry for the frame rate dropping here. It's a little bit laggy. But we're going up to check the console right now to see the animation. So it's over here, and obviously some of the stuff that was here before, like these aren't supposed to be here. It was part of terrain that was clipping into the base that wasn't supposed to be, which I thought looked kind of cool anyway. So I don't know if maybe you should keep that. So this is the console up here. Everyone was saying, hey, can't you interact with that? We used to not be able to, but now we can. It says disable weapon system, and when you approach it, it animates. So let's go ahead and check out and see what happens when we disable.
Attention.
Oh, it just says attention. Here we go. Dude, that thing is so creepy. I love how they make it look like it's looking at you. It's the scariest thing ever. Attention. What? Okay, secondary research facilities down there. I don't even know if it worked. Did it work?
Attention.
No, it didn't. Okay. So, unless it's repeating. Again, I don't know how far in progress they are with this, but the animation happens.
Attention.
We'd think it was disabled, but it's not. So, that must mean we're infected, clearly, and we need to find a way to cure ourselves. So, I'm assuming that's why we would go to the secondary research facility, and probably en route to doing that, the Sunbeam will come down and get destroyed by the very much powered anti-air weapon system by the Precursor. I don't know the proper name for it. I just call it the Precursor Gun because that's what everyone else calls it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go to the secondary research facility and see if this has any correlation, if it triggers anything. Maybe, but who knows. Let's hope, because I really want to see that animation play for real. Okay, so I've made it over here. As you can tell by the bottom left side of the screen, I've had some trouble doing so. The reason being is that going into the Precursor Gun base has confused the game as to what state the player is in, whether he's in water, like swimming, or he's walking on land. So when I got back to my base and stepped outside of it, it still said I was inside. So I pretty much just fell, and it sucked. So I'm in a Seamoth because I've spawned like 19 of them, if you can't see, just to make sure I can actually swim over here because there's no other way to actually get here. Now, whoa, this is different. Hello. So this is the secondary research facility. We have the warpers around somewhere. I hope he doesn't warp me out because if he does, I'm screwed. Ooh, I cannot go through here. Okay, I don't think there's anything here, and it doesn't look like it's going to affect anything in particular. There's no events triggered. There's nothing here for me to actually look at just yet. Yeah, so there's nothing I can do here right now. Oh, I'm getting pulled in, Don't do it. I love these, like, this is a giant version of the thing that stabbed me when disabling the weapon. Well, that's it. I could head back Let me see if I can, actually. Yay, I'm back in the base, but when I step out, I'm going to be walking still, yes? Yes. Still walking. Okay, so I can go into the precursor base. Maybe going in there will actually fix some stuff. But nothing seems to have happened. I've had to load it back up, I think. Yeah, so I'm gonna change the day-night speed to see if it affected anything. And then we'll see if anything else plays. As far as the sunbeam goes, I really don't think anything else is gonna happen just yet. It's still in development, but it's cool to see the sequence of events and how they are going to transpire in the full version. Or later versions, who knows. So be sure, if you're in experimental mode and you're messing around in the gun, don't warp anywhere. Don't go to, like, biome safe and expect to be swimming. It's not gonna happen. I think it, in fact, fucks everything up. So this part of the story seems super intriguing. And I will say I agree with a lot of people, this kind of reminds me of Halo in a lot of ways, the aesthetics of this place. But, aside from that, this is kind of awesome that we're going to be introduced to such a massive thing right in the beginning of the game. Because like I said in the last episode, you can actually travel to the gun rather early in the game. As long as you build a sea glide, you can get there. I don't even think you have to worry about radiation from the Aurora explosion before you get here. Not that you can actually do anything by getting here early, because you're gonna be infected regardless, but still, it's kind of interesting that you have access to all this stuff at the very beginning, and that the story is gonna play out as such, like you're going to be able to see all this stuff quite early on. Ooh, scary Reaper. Okay, so we're gonna try, see if going there did anything. I don't think it did, but this is always awesome to look at. Oh! That was quick! What did that do? That was much quicker than the first one. The other one kind of looked at me. This one actually just straight up poked me. Yeah, it's gotta hurt doing that over and over again. And it keeps saying attention. What does that mean? Did we disable it? It keeps saying we can disable it. I don't know if that's just because it's just placed in here, or it actually is not disabling anything. Structural analysis complete. Designation super weapon. Evidence suggests this facility will intercept all ships attempting to approach or take off from the planet, scanning for any method of disabling the weapon. Okay, so entry is invalid. Missing. Oh, there must be an error on their part. Yeah, okay, so that's what we got. We have the audio here, and nothing else from the sunbeam. We can't actually even read the other one. So I guess that's that. Well, there it is, guys. That is disabling the massive weapon. Everyone loves a good poke in the good old hands to disable a massive super weapon. It's kind of interesting. Seeing this kind of makes me fear that at a certain point, some of those tentacles that are like the power cables that we think are power cables could come to life and then stab us in the throat. That would suck. Disable weapon. Is it right here too?
Attention.
Oh, it transports me. I gotcha. Alright, we'll do it one more time. No blood or anything, that's fine. Looks painful. Thanks for doing that. There's another room I want to check out before I close it out, but I think that's pretty much it for now. Of course, any updates to it, I will show you guys sooner or later. There should be... Yeah. Is this it? Yeah, this must be it. Oh god, I cannot. This empty room, I have no idea what it's for. This would be interesting to, like, communicate with the precursors or something. That would be sick. There's a hole in the wall. But that's it, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the series, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about disabling the weapon system. If you know more about the details of such, post it below so we all can be well informed and up to date. So, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!